Welcome to this enchanting audiobook adventure, where stories come to life. Join Hedgehog and Puppy Dog on a delightful journey that combines storytelling with vocabulary enhancement exercises. So, sit back, relax, and let your imagination roam as we dive into their world, offering an enjoyable experience for all. Get ready to embark on an adventure that will spark your curiosity and language skills. Okay, let's begin. Hedgehog and Puppy Dog by Ruth Manning-Sanders. Chapter 7. Vocabulary. Top knot. A gathered and secured bunch of hair at the top of the head, often used as a hairstyle. Shake. To move something or someone back and forth with quick, forceful motions. Lead. To guide or show the way to others. Branches. The woody extensions of a tree or plant. Pussy. An affectionate term for a cat. Field. An area of open land, often used for agriculture or recreation. Joy. A feeling of great pleasure and happiness. Meet. To encounter or come into contact with someone or something. Chapter 7. Cherries. One sunny day, Lamb went to walk in a field under the cherry trees. Suddenly a cherry fell on Lamb's head, and he began to run. He ran and ran until he met Pussy Cat. Pussy Cat said, "Lamb, why are you running so fast?" Lamb said, "Bah, bah. The sky is going to fall." Pussy Cat said, "Who told you that?" "Bah. A piece of it fell on my top knot." "Meow," said Pussy Cat, "then I must run too." So Pussy Cat ran with Lamb. They ran, and then they met Puppy Dog. Puppy Dog said, "Why are you running?" Pussy Cat said, "Meow, meow. The sky is going to fall." Puppy Dog said, "Who told you that, Pussy Cat?" Pussy Cat said, "Lamb told me." Puppy Dog said, "Who told you, Lamb?" Lamb said, "Bah. A piece of it fell right onto my top knot." "Ow, ow," said Puppy Dog. "Then I must run too." So, Lamb, Pussy Cat and Puppy Dog ran on until they met Mouse. Mouse said, "Puppy Dog, why are you running so fast?" "Ow, ow," said Puppy Dog, "the sky is going to fall." Mouse said, "Who told you that?" Puppy Dog said, "Pussy Cat told me." Mouse said, "Who told you, Pussy Cat?" Pussy Cat said, "Lamb told me." Mouse said, "Who told you, Lamb?" Lamb said, "Bah. A piece of it fell right onto my top knot." "Eek, eek," said Mouse. "Then I must run too." So, Lamb, Pussy Cat, Puppy Dog and Mouse ran and ran until they met Hedgehog. Hedgehog said, "You creatures, why are you running like that?" Then they cried, "Bah, bah. Meow, meow. Bow wow. Eek, eek. The sky is going to fall." Hedgehog said, "How do you know?" "A piece of it fell right onto Lamb's top knot." Then Hedgehog led them under a cherry tree. She climbed into the tree and began to shake the branches. She shook, and the cherries fell down on all their heads. "See, you foolish creatures," said Hedgehog. Lamb was walking under the cherry tree and a cherry fell on his head, and he thought, "Now the sky is falling." Then Lamb, Pussy Cat, Puppy Dog and Mouse felt so silly that they all ran off in different directions. Read the sentences below and find the correct answer. 1. The little girl's face lit up with blank when she saw the colorful balloons. 2. The playful kitten loved to chase its own blank around the house. 3. The team needed someone to blank the project and guide everyone. 4. The wind made the trees blank sway gently. 5. The chef decided to blank the salad to mix all the ingredients thoroughly. Chapter 8. Vocabulary. Cheer. To comfort, encourage, or make someone happier. Mole. A small, burrowing mammal with velvety fur and spade-like hands for digging. Bow. To bend the upper part of the body forward as a gesture of respect or greeting. Pounce. To swoop down or leap suddenly to catch or attack something. Pillar. A tall, vertical structure that supports or holds up a building or another structure. Palace. A grand residence, especially the official residence of a sovereign. Hut. A small, simple, and often temporary dwelling. Blink. To close and reopen the eyes quickly. Cuddle. To hold close in one's arms for warmth, affection, or comfort. Wail. To cry loudly and mournfully. Chapter 8. The 5 Little Creatures and the Lightning. A few days later, Hedgehog met Puppy Dog. He looked a little ashamed of forgetting his wit. To cheer him up, Hedgehog told him a story. And this is the story. The frog was a little creature, and the fly was a little creature, and the spider was a little creature, and the mole was a little creature, and the bat was a little creature. These 5 little creatures lived together, and they had 10 goats. Every morning one of these little creatures drove the goats out to graze. They took it in turns, and on the morning this story begins it was Frog's turn. That morning lightning was roaming about in the sky. And he looked down on the earth and saw Froggy driving the goats. "Ha!" said Lightning, "I could do with those goats. Wait now and see me steal them." So, Lightning watched and waited. He watched Froggy drive the goats to a pleasant grassy place where they began to graze. He watched Froggy sit down under a bush by the edge of the grass. He watched Froggy yawn a little, and blink a little, and keep himself awake by pinching himself a little. And then, just when Froggy was in the middle of a nice big comfortable yawn, Lightning pounced down, and with one sweep of his long arms, he snatched up all the goats and carried them off into the sky. "Oh! Oh! Oh!" Froggy jumped up. He danced and croaked and shook his little fists, and far away up in the sky he saw Lightning flashing his teeth and heard him laughing, "Ha ha ha." Froggy hurried home. "Lightning has stolen our goats. Lightning has stolen our goats." He was wailing. Then Mole began to wail, and Bat began to wail, and Fly began to wail. But Spider said, "Stop that noise. Am I not an artist? Am I not clever? I am far, far cleverer than that foolish show-off Lightning up there. And shall he keep our goats from us? No, he shall not. Wait quietly now whilst I spin a web." Then Froggy and Mole and Bat and Fly sat quietly to watch Spider spin his web, though they didn't really see how that was going to help them to get back the goats. Spider span and span, he span a long, long web. And when the web was finished, he called the wind. And the wind came. "Friend Wind," said Spider, "will you do me a favor?" "I will if I can," said the wind, who was a good-hearted fellow. "Then I would be grateful if you would blow the end of this web up into the sky," said Spider. The wind blew. Up went the end of the web, up and up until it reached the sky. "Thank you, friend Wind," said Spider. "Now we have a ladder. Come along Froggy, come along Mole, come along Bat, come along Fly. We're all going up now to Lightning's palace in the sky." So, then Spider, Froggy, Mole, Bat, and Fly began to climb up the ladder. It took them a very long time to reach the sky, but reach it they did, and found a door, and went through the door, and came into Lightning's palace. Lightning was not at all pleased to see the 5 little creatures. "To what do I owe the honor of this visit?" he asked. "Oh, to neighborliness, just neighborliness, friend Lightning," said Spider. "We have so often looked up and admired your beautiful golden flashes across the sky. We felt we must come and pay our respects to you." Lightning was grunting, and his eyes were like sparks of fire. Froggy was shuddering, Mole was trying not to whimper, Bat and Fly were muttering, "Oh, why did we come here?" But Spider showed no alarm. He went on chatting to Lightning, and the more ferociously Lightning scowled, the more cheerfully Spider smiled and flattered, addressing Lightning as Your Majesty, and Your Honor, and My Lord the King. And all the time Lightning was wondering how he could get rid of these unwelcome guests. I cannot give you lodging in the palace, he said at last. I have so many other guests that all my rooms are full. But I have a hut in my garden where you may spend the night. Oh, any little corner will do for us, said Spider. Of course, I will give you supper, said Lightning. And his eyes flashed wickedly. And won't I put poison into that supper? He said to himself, oh, won't I? So, after each one of them had bowed respectfully to Lightning, the 5 little creatures went off to the hut in the garden. And when they got there, Spider said, I don't trust Lightning. I think he means mischief. Fly, you'd better go, quietly, back into the palace. Hide yourself somewhere and see if you can find out what Lightning is up to. Fly flew off and found Lightning leaning against a pillar in his dining hall. Fly perched on the pillar above Lightning's head. Lightning was saying, Cook, you must prepare a delicious supper for those 5 tiresome little creatures, and here is some seasoning you must put into the soup. Then Lightning gave the cook a little packet of powder. Take care how you handle this powder, he said. If you get any of it on your fingers, wash them. Or you may go to sleep and never wake again, for the powder is strong poison. When Fly heard that, he flew back in a hurry to the hut in the garden. Oh, he cried, Lightning is going to poison us. And he told the other creatures what he had heard. Good, said Spider, forewarned is forearmed. Lightning won't get rid of us as easily as all that. So, when Lightning's servants brought the little creatures their supper, Mole dug a hole outside the hut, and they poured all the soup down into the hole. I think it might be just as well not to eat any of the food, said Spider. It smells delicious, but you never know. Some of the poison might have got into it from the cook's fingers. So, they tossed the rest of the supper into the hole. And then they helped Mole to fill up the hole again. And after they had done that, they cuddled up together and went to sleep. To be sure they were very hungry, but that was better than being poisoned. Next morning the eastern sky was but just brightening, and the sun had not yet appeared, when Spider was pinching the other little creatures into wakefulness. Get up, he was whispering. I've been rummaging round. I found our goats in a pen, and I've let 'em out and brought them here. Now we must hurry home with them, before Lightning or any of his servants wake. Then Froggy and Fly and Mole and Bat jumped up. And together with Spider they drove the goats to the door in the sky, and through the door, and down the ladder and so home. And once they were safely home, the kindly wind came and blew the ladder away, so that Lightning's people shouldn't be able to use it to come down bothering folk on earth. Lightning himself was sorely puzzled. He said, these 5 little creatures must be wizards. I think I had better leave them alone. It would be best not to go near them or the goats in future. And he never did go near them. So, the 5 little creatures lived safely and happily ever after. Puppy Dog laughed. They certainly remembered their wit, didn't they, Hedgehog? Read the sentences below and find the correct answer. 1. The ancient temple had a massive stone, blank, at its entrance. 2. The weary travelers found shelter in a small, blank, during the rainstorm. 3. After a long day, the friends decided to, blank, up on the couch and watch a movie. 4. The cat was ready to, blank, on the toy mouse and play. 5. The little child let out a joyful, blank, when she saw her favorite toy. In wrapping up our audiobook journey with Hedgehog and Puppy Dog, I hope you've enjoyed the mix of entertainment and learning. Stories like these fuel creativity and offer a chance to improve language skills. Keep exploring the vast world of literature, where each book holds unique discoveries and new words. Language is a powerful tool for countless adventures. Thanks for joining on this journey. I hope you've had a great time expanding your vocabulary. Until our next audiobook adventure, happy reading and listening.